Okay, so we want to continue with indices, and this time we want to look at fractional indices. But before we look at my fractional indices, we want to consider some of the examples for the previous lesson that we did, particular look at what the laws of indices. So let's go to number one. Let's consider number one. Number one here, yakanzi a to the power of what? 5. That's a to the power of 5 divided by what? A to the power of what? 6. It would be equal to that would be equal to a to the power of what? 5 minus what? 6. And then that gives us what? A to the power of what? Minus 1. So a to the power minus 1 will be our solution for number 1. And then we go to number 2a. So this is number 1. Number 2a, we have 3 to the power 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of minus 2. So this one becomes 3 to the power of what? 2 plus minus 2. So if it is a plus minus, it becomes minus. So it becomes 3 to the power of 0, which is the same as 1. Then we look at b yachona. B yachona iri kuti what? 4 squared. Then divided by what? 4 to the power of what? 5. Then it becomes 4 to the power of 2 minus 5. Then it becomes 4 to the power of minus 3. So 4 to the power of minus 3. That becomes our solution. And then we go to part C. On part C, it is a fraction within the bracket. So that's 2 over 5, all of it to the power of minus 2. So if it is all to the power of minus 2, it becomes 1 all over the bracket 2 over 5 squared. So this one we then have to get 1 all over, then that's 2 squared over 5 squared. So that becomes, so I'll just take it long, then that becomes 1 all over 4 over 25. So 1 over 4 over 25, it's a reciprocal. So that becomes it will be equal to, it's just to the proper, it will be equal to 1 multiplied by 25 over 4, and then it becomes 25 over 4. So this becomes our final solution. But if we had a shortcut, we would then have to say that if you have a fraction, let's say you have a fraction 2 over 5, then all of it to the power minus 2. Let me just choose another color. For you to change this one, if you want to kind of obvious a negative, it means mukatu muchaita sei sichapidi kukandid, then innovator 5 over what? 2. Then it remains like this. Then after that it becomes what? 25 over 4. So this is a shorter one. So what you do is kana une negative, the negative you remove it. Why you remove the negative? Then wapindrudza zvinenge zviri mukati. Then wapindrudza zviri mukati, then you get your other things zvaunenge unazvo. So let's say kuti tomboti une 5 to the power of what? To the power of what? Negative 2. And it, so just knowing 5 as 5, it will be 5 over 1. And it, saka kana zvese zvanzi to the power negative what? 2. Ndikabvisa negative panapa, izvi zvinopindurudzika. And it, then takuchibva tati 1 enda pamusoro, 5 enda pazasi, then it becomes what? 1 over what? 5, all of it squared. That's just the same as what? 1 over 25. So that's how you do it in shortcut. Then let's look at number 3. Number 3 edu yakuti you simplify a, we have 3y squared multiplied by 4y to the power minus 4. So the numbers are multiplying. So I got 3 and 4 multiplies, then it gives us 12. Then we say y to the power of 2, that's plus minus 4. Then it becomes 12 y to the power of what? 2 minus 4. So that one becomes what? That becomes 2 minus 4, it becomes minus 2. So this one becomes the solution for A. Then for B, let me just place my B here. For B, it's 15x to the power 3y squared divided. So if it is divided, let's just say divided by, right? Divided by 3x to the power minus 2 y to the power 3. So we take that one is going to be equal to, we take the numbers 3 into 15, that's what? 5. Then the x's, say x to the power of 3 minus 2. Then y to the power of 2, then minus 3. Then after that we have 5, then x to the power 3 minus 2, that's minus 1, and then 2 minus 3, that's minus 1. So y minus 1. So this becomes our solution. Then lastly we have the third one, which is C. C is what? A over B, all of it to the power minus 1. So zvatambotaura pai kana tichida kubvisa kanegative aka, then zviri mukati taakuzvita sei? Taakuzvipindurudza, then it becomes B over A. So this becomes your solution. So that's just a brief thing of what we did in the previous lesson. So now we want to look at the lesson for today. So that's fractional indices. So these ones are anganima fractions mukatumu. They were not fractional indices. Why we say the indices, they are indexes. So it's the powers. So the power, if the power is a fraction, we would call them fractional what? Indices. So in general, we have if we have a to the power of x over y, tinenge takuti the root of y to the power of what? X, like this. And it can, or would place it like what? Like this. The root of what? Y of a, then all of it is to the power of x. So let's try to see something. Let's say for example I'm given a to the power of 7 over 3. So this one becomes what? We put our root sign and it, then ari pazasi wedu ndiani 3, ndiye anenge ari 3 ari root sign, then toti bracketed and tobataita a, then to the power of 7. So that's how we do it. So we want to consider my examples aripo. Number 1a, trukuti susu a, then it runs 7 to the power half times what? 7 to the power 3 over 2. So we are saying here we have it's going to be equal to 7. So we, since it's in a same base, and it taakuchiti ma indices edu, it is going to be half plus 3 over 2. So half plus 3 over 2, that gives us so it was 1.5 plus half, it gives us 2. So it's going to be equal to 7 to the power of 2. So it is just 7 to the power of 2. But to make it so clear with you, trukuti half and it plus 3 over 2. Then mwaizobvunza kuti zvabva kupi. So we say 2 panapa and 2 into 2, that's 1 times 1 itachi 1. Then plus 2 into 2 is what? 1 times 3 is what? 3. So that's plus 3. So that will become what? 4 over what? 2. Then in other words it becomes what? 2. That's how we get our 2 here beta 7 to the power of what? 2. So that's my side working. And then to end up on a B we have the answer 125 to the power of 1 over 3. So if it is like that, it becomes the cube root of what? 125. Saka ikaita cube root of 125, what does it mean? It means that that number multiply 3 times so that we can get what? The 125 multiply itself. So takuti panapa side working we have 125, and then takuchi divided by my prime factors. So tukutangana 5 and it 25 into this is what? 2. 5 into this is what? 5. Then we have 5 again. Then 5 into 25, that's what? 5. Then we say 5 again. 5 into 5, that's 100. So here we have what? 3 and a 5. So 5 times 5 is equals to 25. 25 times 5 is equals to 125. So the cube root of what? Of 125 is going to be equal to what? To 5. So 5 will be our solution. Then to enter C. On our C part, takuti it's what? 16 to the power of minus 3 over 2. You get it? Saka pekutanga toda kutanga tabvisa what? The minus, and it takuti tibvise the minus part yedu, it becomes what? It becomes 1 over 16, all of it to the power of what? 3 over 2. So kana tadaro, this one now becomes what? Takuchiisa root sign 2, then a beta 1 over 16, then all of it to the power of what? 3. Then tadaro takuchibva tati this thing yedu, square root of 1 is equal to 1. Square root of 16 is equal to 4. Then all of it to the power of what? 3. Then 1 to the power of 3, it's 1. Then 4 to the power of 3, we are saying that 4 times 4 is equals to 16. Then 16 times 4, I think it's 64. So let me just cross check that. So we have 4 times 4 times 4, that's 64, that's correct. So innovator 1 over 64. So this one will be our solution. Then to end up on a number 2. Number 2, we are asked to simplify yekutanga yachona a evenzi iyo, so that's 2a evenzi square root of what? A multiplied by cube root of what? A. So panapa tunotanga tadzisa in fractions, so it becomes a to the power of what? 1/2 multiplied by a to the power of what? To the power of 1 over 3. So this one becomes a to the power of half plus 1 over 3. So we get 1/2 plus 1 over 3, and we have 6. We have 3 plus this into this is 2, so we get 5 over 6. So in other words, we have what? A to the power of 5 over 6. So this one becomes our solution. Then we go to B. B edu iri kuti iyo cube root of a to the power 10, b to the power of minus 5, all of it. Then zvese zvabva zvanzi izvo divided by what? square root of what? A to the power minus 4 b squared. And it. So what we want to do here is that takuchiba ta simplify, right? So it becomes a to the power of what? 10 b to the power of minus 5, all of it to the power of what? 1 over 3. Is that okay? Then all over a to the power of what? Minus 4 b to the power of what? 2, all of it to the power of what? Half. Then takuchibvataisa this fraction into the indices, so it becomes a to the power of what? 10 multiplied by what? 1 over 3. Then b to the power of minus 5 multiplied by 1 over 3. Then all over a to the power of minus 4 multiplied by half, b to the power of 2 multiplied by what? Half. So kana tasvika panapa takuchida kungo simplify. For this one, just use another color. For this one takuti inobva yabudisa a, right, to the power 10 over 3. Then b to the power of what? Minus 5 over 3, all over a to the power of this one to this one becomes minus 2. Then b to the power of, if we cancel out this one, it becomes 1. Then after this takuchida kuita compare the two, and it saka yakubva yaita a to the power of what? 10 over 3 minus 2. Then b to the power of what? Minus 5 over 3, then minus 1. Then after that takuchida ku simplify the fractions. So in simplifying the fractions, this one becomes plus. So takuti isusu tina 10 over what? 3 plus what? Plus 2 over 1, and it then it becomes 3 into this 1 times that is 10, plus 1 into 3 is 3 times this was 6, so it's 16 over 3. So it becomes 8 to the power 16 over 3. Then b to the power of, then taku simplify that one, minus 5 over 3 minus 1 over 1, and it. So kana zvakadai, so it's the same as just saying kuti pana plus, and then everything else is going to be a negative, and it answer yedu ichabuda iri negative. Saka tobva tatichi 3 into 3, that's 1 by 5, then that's 5. Then 1 into 3 is what? It's 3 by 1, it's what? 3. Saka panapa yabuda iri negative 8 over 3. So that would be negative what? 8 over 3. So chiripo pane this one is the fact yekuti it's just a long thing, and it, but most of it involve matching my fractions, and it. Then to end up pane c number 3 yedu to end up pane c, and it. So yeah, you just have to work with me, especially on the issues of space. To end up pane c, on c yangu yakanzi chi, and the fourth root of 16 8 or minus 4. So that would be equal to, kana ndakuda fourth root iyoyo ndakuchibva ndati inini 16 and 8 to the power minus 4 multiplied by all of it to the power of what? 1 over 4, which is the fourth root, and then which is equal to takuti 16 to the power 1 over 4 then a to the power of what, minus 4 bracketed what, 1 over 4. Saka this one becomes what, saka takuti the fourth root of what, 16, fourth root of 16 multiplied by this one becomes a to the power minus 4 multiplied by 1 over 4. This one cancels out. And the fourth root of 16, we are saying number, should multiply itself 4 times to get 16. So 2 times 2, that's 4, times 2, that's 8, times 2 is 16. So that will be equal to 2 multiplied by a to the power of, then mafuano cancel up posarapana minus 1, and it minus 1. So that will be 2a to the power minus 1. And then we go to evaluating tapane, the other one, that is number 3. So for number 3 edu, can evaluate cube root of 8 to the power minus 2. Number 3, I believe it's what, it's number 3a, cube root of 8 to the power of minus 2. So this one just becomes 8 to the power minus 2, multiply all of it to the power of what, 1 over 3. So that becomes what, 8 to the power minus 2 multiplied by 1 over 3. Then it becomes 8 to the power of minus 2 over 3. Then yadaro, then it becomes what, so we are evaluating, so we are supposed to find the value of, and then yadaro yakvaita 1 over what, 8, all of it to the power of what, 2 over 3. So kana tadaro yeveda cube root of 1 over 8, all of it squared. So kana tadaro takuchiti cube root of 1, that's what, 1, cube root of 8 is what, 2, then all of it squared, and saka tikaita all of it squared, it becomes 1 squared, that's 1, then 2 squared, that's what, 4. So our solution is what, 1 over 4. Then to end up the second one yachona yakanzi square root of 0.0025. So that's number 3b, and it, that's square root of what, 0.0025, if I'm not mistaken. So once you are given arima decimals, and once you are given arima decimals, what you're supposed to do is that you have to convert these decimals to what, to fractions, because pesipatoweka ma fractions, they are easier to handle. Saka wakuchiti is equal to the square root of, right, saka yako 0.0025 tichada kuichinja to a what, to a fraction. So we're going to multiply by 1000, we move 3, 1, 2, 3, so we want to move 4 over what, 10,000, right? So it becomes what, 25 over 10,000. So we have 25 over 10,000. So the square root of 25 is equal to 5. Then we also need to find the square root of what, 10,000. So the square root of 10,000, we are saying 100 by 100. 100 by 100, it gives us what, 10,000. So here it will be 100, or in other words, that becomes 1 over, then 5 into 100 becomes what, 20. So this is the simpler version for it. Saka inoita 1 over 20 kana kuti 5 over 100. So that was it for indices. And then in the next lesson we would look at the equations with indices. But indices, as far as it is for simplifying, and particularly if you find this one yekupedzisirisa inenge ine decimals, you have to convert that decimal into a fraction. That's the only way yaunokwanisa kuita kuti zvitese zvikubudire such that kuona what the solution.